Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a story time video where I'm literally doing nothing to distract you this time. No makeup, no food. I thought about mukbang and a lot of you said yes for the mukbang. But the thing is it's weird to eat on camera because when I eat, I just want to say something and then I stop. So I was like, I don't know if I should eat on camera. Plus I just ate a heavy lunch. So we're definitely going to just be sitting and chit-chatting. It's a story time. Let's begin. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you about my romance story with my husband. A lot of you wanted to know our journey as a couple, and both of us have different, perspectives. Of course, he has seen this relationship through another lens, and I have through another lens. So I want to give you my version of it. I don't know when he's going to be able to give you his version. But it's going to be fun, I'll give you bits and pieces of initial years and my teenage years of how I met him initially. For all of you who are joining in for the first time, I'm talking about my now husband, Akhil Aryan, who I have been with since the past 12 years, I want to say. I think I've lost count now. Okay, everyone's confused about the math, but it has been around 12 years, I think, okay? So it's been a long time. And a lot of you wanted to know whether, have I dated someone before him? Have I liked someone before him? Because, I mean, come on, 12 years is practically your entire 20s, right? So I was like, was I with one guy my entire 20s? So this is what this video is going to be about. So yeah, without further ado, let's quickly jump into the video. All right, so I'm going to take you back to the start, okay? When I did not know Akhil and how Akhil came to be in my life. So basically, Akhil and Jay. Now, Jay is my older brother. He's a year older than me. So they both were really good friends. And he used to come and hang out in our house. So I have moved a lot of houses in Mumbai. But I think this was my third house, I want to say. My third house. And he used to come over, hang around with Jay. They used to play PlayStation or Xbox and things like that. And I was this little nerdy girl who was still in school, I believe, like 10th grade or beginning 11th, somewhere between those lines. The timelines are very blurred to me, so I'm just going to give you rough estimates. And I was this nerdy, and when I say nerdy, not smart nerdy, but like chashma ke saath and like eyebrows not done, because I'm like in school, right? I'm like a hairy girl. I was a hairy girl. And I was just a regular teenager, and I used to wear this like weird clothes with sandals. Lord, why did he ever like me? So I was I'll tell you why I'm saying this, because he used to always be decked up. And he was this guy, he was the forbidden fruit, you know what I'm saying? He's like that tall tree that we all want to climb, but we're like, it's out of my league. I genuinely did not like crush on him and stuff immediately, but I feel like when he started coming home like very often, I'm just like, oh, and then I started to notice him, I'm like, damn, dude, that is one really tall guy. And I remember having a sleepover with my best friend. No names will be taken because I don't know who's watching. I used to have a sleepover with my then best friend, and she used to come home and we used to giggle like little girls when Akhil used to come home. Oh my god. So as far as I can go, I remember Akhil dressed up in formals all the time. Okay, so he used to be dressed up in usually a white shirt, and he used to wear a tie, trousers, and carry a briefcase and wear chashma. Okay, he was also the kind of guy who wore glasses, but then he got LASIK like a few years later, and he used to come like really proper all the time, and I'm like, dude, who is this guy? He's like so much older than my brother, but then my brother and Akhil are like the same age. Akhil began working at a very, very young age, like very young, I think 14. He was always super ambitious and driven and wanted to make something of himself. That's just who he is as a person. And he was not your regular college boy. Okay, because honestly, I also I'm not really attracted to boys. Like for me, it's like men, you know what I'm saying? Like bearded, older men. I've always been attracted to like a man. So I never was attracted to any of my, I was in college, never got attracted to any of them until, we'll come back to that. Okay. So, coming back to, I used to see him at home all the time, and we used to giggle and hide in our rooms, and the typical girls, dude. I remember this Halloween day where he I don't know, he dressed up even formally, and he wore this like blazer with a vest coat or something like that. I'm not sure, super blurred. And he was going out with my brother. Okay, they were partying that night, and I believe Akhil was dating someone back in the day. And I used to be like, okay, he's cute. Like I think I might have a little tiny crush on him, but I respect him because he's my brother's friend. Like, I used to be like, okay, he's my brother's friend and he's cute, but that's it. Also, he was way out of my league, and when I tell you, this 6'2" giant formally with a beard, and I'm this really tiny, like ungroomed girl, and I was like, never, I will always be like a sister to him or something. Like, he would never even like talk to, someone he would never talk to. So I don't know what happened. We exchanged contact details. Honestly, I don't know how this happened. I would have told you. We exchanged contact details, and my brother was really protective of me. He still is. But he used to be one of those guys who like had his territory, like my friends, you can say hi to them, but that's that. He would shut the door, they would play PS and do like boy stuff. And I was always in my room, right? Like, I could not just come and sit with Akhil, like chat with him, like now, you could do with your brother's friends. At that time, it was very like, ooh, like suspicious and mysterious. And I don't know why, because I think boys were new to me because I was in a girls' school my entire life. Okay, so for me, boys were like, ooh, this like new thing, Well, cutting a long story short, he used to come home really often, and I developed a little crush on him because he was really, really, really handsome, and he was, set apart from all the other boys that I used to see. Okay, so can I tell you a little secret? So when Akhil used to come home, now my mom, and she told me this like very later on, she used to actually wish and pray that someday a guy like Akhil or Akhil would be with her daughter. Insert a clip or a voice note or something of my mom telling you this, because you have to believe me. She's like, I always looked at Akhil, this kind of boy I respected, who's always like, he knew what he wanted in life, and he was so put together. I wanted that kind of a man, boy for my daughter, because he was so handsome and like literally he was like delish. He still is. My mom used to like think this in her head, but she never really said it, of course. I mean, my brother's friend, and I was too young at that point. I'm getting all the feels, dude. Okay, so coming back, brace yourselves. We exchanged contact information. I don't know how, guys. And we added each other on MSN Messenger. Now, if you don't know what MSN Messenger is, you are way too young to be here. But MSN Messenger was this like chat place where people used to go to and chat with each other, like Facebook chat or, WhatsApp chat today. So we got each other's like email addresses. I think it was Rockstar_Malvika. Oh my God. Remember those names? Like, put down below what were your like Hotmail addresses. I was Rockstar_Malvika@hotmail.com or something like that. And he was Rockin' Akhil or something like that. I don't know why we wanted to rock back in the day, but that was it. Added each other and we started like not chatting, but I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, like regularly. And I used to really be flushed when he used to text me because, I mean, he was cute. I know I would never get him, but he was cute. And why not chat with a cute boy? So then during that time, I was starting college. I was in my 11th grade, okay? And can I tell you, 11th grade was the best year of my college life. Like, when I tell you the rest didn't even matter, oh my God, I was suddenly this social butterfly. I don't know what happened to me, but I met really great friends. I met my best friend today, Ashna, not Ashna Shroff. This other friend called Ashna. I've known her also for over a decade, and I met her in college. I met a couple of other, lots of people. We had like a big group that we used to hang out with, and I made tons of friends in college, okay, in the 11th grade. Lots of controversies, very dramatic group, and one of those groups, right? There's drama everywhere, people are dating people, and I'm just like, whoa, dude, like this all seems so exciting after fresh out of a girls' school. I participated in the, college festivities. I became the vice captain of my house or something. I forgot. But I really was very proactive in college back in 11th. And during this time, okay, I was a kid. Okay, I was a baby. I had this I had this massive crush on this guy, okay, and I'm not going to take names. And I saw him in my 10th boards, and I was like, oh my God, he's like super cute. And suddenly he happened to be in my college. So he registered in my college, and I saw him again after the board exams. And I'm like, damn, dude, this guy's super cute. I was chatting with Akhil like during that period as well. My crush for Akhil was not that strong that moment. It was more for this guy. okay? And it was so much, it was that puppy like crush thing, like, oh my god, he's super cute. I actually was confiding in Akhil. I remember this. I was like, he's like, hey, what's up? How are you? I'm like, nothing. It's all good. And he's like, what's going on? I was like, I have this crush on this boy in college and he's super cute. And I like, you know, I want to talk to him. So I was taking relationship advice from Akhil, okay? And that time my college crush was dating someone, okay? And I was like, but he's dating someone, you know, it's gonna be really weird. And Akhil told me that, hey, every relationship has an expiry date. I remember this line very clearly. And he's like, don't worry, you'll be able to talk to him. Just like go up to him, whatever. He was like, you know, advising me on how to get this guy of mine. And I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. Girl, when I tell you that, I'm just gonna cut the story short because it's too long. That college crush of mine became my best friend ever. Like the whole of 11th and I think partially 12th, we were like inseparable. Okay, we were so close. Like it was amazing because I stopped having a crush on him. Like when he became my best friend, I don't know how this happened. It's all a blurred line. And we had a fallout and I stopped talking to that guy and I moved on in life. And 12th grade was very, very like quiet for me. I just had this whole transition. I don't know what happened. There was a lot of drama in my friends group and I could not take it. Like the whole gossip, the drama, it's not who I am, okay? It was not who I was. And I was thinking it was getting too toxic and I needed to exit. So in the 12th grade, I started like being really to myself. I started attending college with my head down, attending every lecture. I met this one girl in college and she was very different from all the friends I would pick today. You know, she was very like, I don't know, different, you know, and I hung out with her a lot and I just kept my head down, finished my exam, went home, did not speak to anyone. Everyone was like, what is up with her? Why is she so quiet? But I just decided to focus on me and not have any friends in college after that. I think something massive happened and I forgot. The whole group, just got destroyed. And I was like, I'm done with college friends. I'm just gonna, keep my college life separate for my building life. I had building friends back in the day. And during all this time, like Akhil was not really in my life. We just started like texting, like MSN Messenger once in a while. And I don't think I even like spoke a lot to him after that. But again, we got reconnected somehow and we chatted. We chatted with each other and he started chatting it up with me and then we exchanged BB pins. Again, if you don't know what a BB pin is, you're too young. It's a BlackBerry pin. BlackBerry was a phone, a big massive phone where we used to ping each other. I love that phone, okay? I always wish iPhone had a ping feature. So we exchanged BB pins and we added each other. I knew he was dating someone and he was way out of my league back in the day. So I continued with my life and cutting a long story short, I don't remember the minute details of how we got like really close as like people, two individuals. Then we just started talking. I think that's what aggravated the relationship or whatever. It was nothing. It was just two people talking. But Akhil is the kind of guy who's really who was very like flirty, but he knew I was his friend's sister. And there are lines you just don't cross. He started like talking to me and asking about me. We started getting to know each other and I used to do all of this so secretly. And when I tell you I was secretive, I was scared. It was not like mystery exciting. I was petrified that I built some sort of a relationship or friendship or whatever with Akhil without Jay's knowledge. If I told Jay that Akhil and I were like chilling and like talking, it would be the end. Like, I don't think Jay would appreciate that I'm talking to his friends behind his back or whatever. So I kept it hidden. And this is the worst thing you can do. Okay, I learned a lot from this relationship. You should not lie. I feel like lies just builds upon other lies and then it becomes so many lies. Then you're like, shit, I'm in a big ditch. I can't come out of this. So I feel like that's why today I don't have any secrets and that is my power today. Like, I don't have any secrets now. But back in the day, I'm just like, oh boy, and hide the phone. I know how it is. I know it's really scary to tell your parents who you're dating, especially with your brother's friend. So anyway, I hid all of that, and what I do remember is talking to him at 3 a.m. in the night, and I was discussing with him the other day only, remember? So I used to sleep alongside my brother because we had just 2 rooms, okay? So my parents in one room and me and my brother in one room, and I really don't know where Jay used to sleep. I have no idea. In one of the rooms, I guess. And I used to sleep beside my brother, okay, Jay. And when I tell you, dude, I used to talk to Akhil on the phone at 3 a.m. with my brother beside me. Now, is he sleeping? Is he not sleeping? Is he a light sleeper? I didn't care. So I used to put the blanket on my head and be like, yeah, so like, what's up? And then when Jay used to move, I used to be like, pretend I was sleeping. So that all happened. Like, I legit spoke to Akhil late at night all the time. Late at night was our like conversation time because he used to work and come back home and then he used to call me. Okay, I'm getting the feels. And like that, our relationship built. Now comes the important part, okay? Because now it's time to meet alone. This is what is spicy. We're talking and all, but girl, I can't meet you alone. Like, this is absurd. Because if anyone saw me with you, they would be like, I saw your sister with Akhil, you know. I was petrified because we had a lot of friends in the colony or whatever. I was like, I can't meet you. Okay, this is crazy. He's like, come, it's okay. Like, let's hang out. He's like completely fearless all the time. And I'm like, no, dude, like, I don't know. And I had curfews and like, I could not go take a rickshaw. It was like very strict. And I always had to have someone with me if I'm getting out of the house and all of that, okay? Okay, so my parents were really protective of me and they were always careful as to where I went, if I was safe. They were always like watching out for me, okay? So I could not just get out of my house and like meet Akhil, you know? And it was very difficult for me to lie to my parents that I'm meeting this one, that one. It was very difficult, okay? They could see right through me. And I was petrified, you know? So I was like, shit, I don't even want to embarrass myself in front of Akhil because he'll think I'm a kid. And I don't want to be a kid in front of him, okay? I'm just like, I don't want to be this baby who has curfews and stuff. So I was like, oh shit. And he's like, come out for some time, come down for 10 minutes, I'll take you for a drive. And I'm like, holy shit. A drive in Akhil's car. And I remember he had a Corolla, white Corolla, manual. Anyway, I managed to get out, okay? I remember this one, very vividly, I remember this one moment where I'm like, fine, I am lying to my parents and I am telling them I'm going somewhere else. So I was like, I need to go to meet like someone. Like, I had building friends who in another building. So I'm like, I'll just go and come back in like half an hour, 40 minutes. Okay, and they're like, this late? It was 6:30 or something. They're like, this late? Why you want to go? I was like, no, they'll come back and they said, why don't we hang out? And something I made. Now I'm going down the building. I'm hoping nobody sees me. That is the problem. I'm like shit scared, okay? And firstly, meeting a boy alone in a car is another nervousness on the other side. Then this is the first time I would have like met a guy in his car ever. And can you imagine the feelings inside me? I was so nervous. Like, what will I talk to him about? I'm such a baby and he's so out of my league. Why does he want to meet me? And my mom like super guarded me, okay? So she never like spoke to me about relationships and the do's and don'ts because many Indian parents like don't talk to you very openly about anything. But she used to never let us watch make-out scenes in movies. I don't know if your parents were like that, but she used to always make us like turn aside or close my eyes. Kissing was bad. Like, you know, back in the day, watching kissing on TV is like a sin. Okay, so for me in my head, it's like kissing is only a sin. You know, it just like developed on its own. She never said that. So I was under the impression that if mom doesn't allow us to watch kissing scenes, kissing is only bad. Okay, kissing is the sin and you must never do it. That was in my head. I go down and somehow I sit in his car, whatever, and I am petrified because I'm like, shit, there's this guy who knows how to drive and he is next to me and I'm just like so awkward at this moment and I'm like, okay, I don't remember the drives, guys. I don't know what we spoke. I used to go on back road, you know, these long roads, and we used to just go on a drive continuously. Anyway, so he took me for drives and I don't remember my first drive, but then, you know, initially he was just like, take me for 2 rounds, and then I used to be like, listen, I have to go home and I can't stay out for long. And we didn't want like Jay to see us, right? Or any of my family to see us. So I used to like quickly say bye and get out of my car. I really don't know what we spoke about. Like, I have no idea, guys. This was like 12 years ago. But I used to tell him like I had to be home at a certain time, and he understood like, you know, she is a kid. I think that's what he thought. But he kept insisting on like meeting me, and you know, I don't know why. I really need to ask him why. But for me, I started developing like a massive crush on him, like heavily, because he was the only guy I was meeting, right? I couldn't meet any other boy, and there was no other boy. Like I told you, in college, I shut everyone out. Okay, now that he's single, I'm like, damn, there is something that could happen. And when I tell you, like, I was a hairy little girl, like I had brows ungroomed, no makeup, acne vibes. That's why I'm wondering, like, what is a guy like him doing with a girl like me? It was typical like those movies. Maybe I should get my eyebrows done. It's too hairy. I have a unibrow. So then I was asking my mom, can I do my eyebrows? And suddenly I started like getting my brows shaped. And when I tell you, he saw me from inception, like an embryo. I was such a young girl, and I was literally grooming and growing up. Like, he watched me through those phases. My hair was really frizzy and curly, so I didn't know what a hair iron was. But I started like, doing my hair, styling myself up. When you try to impress your first crush and you do all these things, that's what I was doing. Okay, in the car drives, dude, he was like trying to make a move. Like, he was trying to make a move, and I was like shit nervous. Remember what I told you about the kissing bit? Kissing is a sin. I am not gonna kiss your ass. I mean, not gonna kiss you. So that's why he took me for these drives. Okay, once he calls me and he like stops on the side, and I'm like, what the heck? And my heart is like beating and racing at like 1,000 times per second. I don't even know. Right, the flushes and your heartbeats, and when you meet the first boy you love and all of that. And that was happening to me, and I was like, oh my god, like, I'm not ready for this. And he was trying to make a move. Of course, he was trying to like kiss me or whatever. When I tell you, I did not allow him to kiss me for a very long time. I'm like, I'm not gonna just kiss anyone. I'm not the kind of girl to just like kiss and go. So I'm like, no. If I'm kissing someone, it's got to be someone that is going to stay for a very long time and date me, not just like kiss me and bounce. So I was very like, I think back then I had really like these protective instincts for myself, being like, I knew how boys were, like, I don't know, like watching movies and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. So I never kissed him, and also he was my brother's friend. I need to keep reiterating because you don't do that to your brother's friends. It was really like a romance building, it was like a flower that was budding to be who it is today. I want to think like God had plans. I'm going to bring in this right now in the middle of the romance story, because I really feel like God has plans for you, and he knows your soulmate and your partner and who he's going to bless you with in life. And I feel like this was a part of the story. Like, it was budding. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. Anyway, coming back. Okay, so he used to like come really close and like all of that, and I'm not gonna go into details, but he used to like hold my hand and be like, and I'm just like, oh my god, I swear to God, my heart is gonna explode, because he was really hot, like still is, but I'm just, back in the day, 18-year-old Akhil was like flaming fire, and he used to be like, why won't you let me kiss you? And I'm just like, I don't know, I don't know. There was something that was not allowing me. And he was like, this is so off. I'm sure that if you like a guy and he's your crush heavily and he's trying to kiss you, wouldn't you just kiss him back? You would, right? You'd think like, why am I not kissing my crush? I just didn't. I'm like, what the hell, Miles? You should have just gone for it. And but that kept developing, the fact that he got like closer and he tried to hold my hand and this and that. I was like, oh my god, I think I really like him now. And shit, something is like developing in my heart. But he didn't seem like the kind of guy who would get into a relationship and commit, and especially to me, because again, I was a baby. And I thought he would only date like really like older women because that's how he looked. All these stories in my head. During this time, I never really told Jay or my parents that we were hanging out. Somehow we managed to meet secretly all the time. Nobody caught us. It got easier. Telling my parents I want to meet my friends and meeting Akhil got really easy, because once you start lying, it's only difficult the first 2-3 times, and then it gets so easy that it is wrong. Like, it is like, wow. And I knew like for a fact that shit, I like him now, and I'm doomed because I'm lying to my brother, and I hate that because I always like, I'm really honest, and suddenly these lies were appearing and I don't know who I was becoming, because I'm like, ew, I'm lying now. But I guess every teenager does. Then I'm just gonna leave a link down to how my parents found out about Akhil in the bottom bar or at the end of this video, because that's a whole other story how my parents found out, okay? So I'm not going to go into that. All right, so coming to my first kiss. Are you ready? I don't think anybody's ready, girl. Like, okay, so I used to take the bus back in the day, BST, okay, and I used to go to college because I'm like, it's just a right dropout outside my college. So why should I take a rickshaw? It should be like rickshaw, bus, whatever. So the bus stop was under his house, luckily. So I used to walk in, stand under his house, but I'm like, his house is right here, I don't remember the first time oh, wait. Wait. I'm getting these flashbacks. Okay, let me tell you the first time I went to his house. So his parents are the most chill parents, of life. Okay, so they were not there at home that day. And he's like, he takes me for a drive, okay? And he stops under his building and I'm like, why are you stopping? Because we never stopped and went into anyone's house or cafe or whatever. We just drove. And I was like, I don't want to come up and all, no, and stuff. And he's like, it's okay, it's chill. Come, we'll hang out for 10 minutes and I'll drop you back home. Just come and see my place at least or whatever. I'm like, bitch, he about to make a move. I was like, I'm scared. I don't want to go. But he's like, no, come, like 10 minutes or whatever. It's just a house and 10 minutes he'll drop me back. I'll be in time for my curfew, I'll be home. So he parks the car, we go up, and I'm just like, there's no one at home. And this is his old house, okay, now it's constructed new. And I remember seeing this, he had a big A sign mirror, okay, in the shape of an A, I remember. And then he had neon lights, okay, when I tell you neon, like the clubs, the deep blue color neon lights behind his mirror and under his bed, and like it was super flash, like very 18-year-old boy, And I go to his room and the lights are like all dim and like I'm just like, oh my god, my heart. Ay. Bas yaar, it's taking me back. I can't deal with this emotion. It's a fluster of emotions. Okay, can't believe I married this guy. I'm so lucky. Oh my god, I should like kiss him when he comes back. Coming back, ladies, focus. Okay, ladies, this is where it gets really cool. Okay, so he tries everything to create a mood, and he gets like he puts the AC on, he gets like the music going, and I'm like 17. And I sit at the corner of his bed, okay, where I'm not even like close to him. And Akhil sat on the other corner, respectfully. So he's like, okay, let's watch a movie. I'm like, I have to go in 10 minutes, man. What movie now? And then he's like, no, we'll watch something. Girl, guess which movie he puts on? We still laugh about it. He plays on the TV 40-Year-Old Virgin. You know what movie that is? I'll put up a poster somewhere on the screen. That movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin. And if you've watched this movie, you know that this movie is a little explicit. It's a comedy movie, but it's a little explicit. And it was a good movie, and I love that movie today, okay? So I'm like, listen, it's time to go and curfew, okay? And he's like, okay, cool, I'll drop you. Simple. And I remember this time he was studying for his board exams. Now he doesn't study a lot. He just like goes through the books. He's like super smart. Okay, so I remember that I was wearing a t-shirt with a skirt. Who wears skirts to college? What the hell? And my skirt was like knee length, but it was cute. And I had no intentions of this day happening, like none whatsoever, and he also forgot about it. Like he stopped trying really hard and stuff. He's like, okay, this chick will kiss me whenever she's ready. Forget it. Now, I remember I came to the bus stop that day and I'm like, I'll catch a bus for me, but I still have some like half an hour to go. So his house is right here. I'll just go meet him. So I text him, I'm coming up. So I go up to his house and I enter his room and he's sitting and studying on his desk, going through his book, okay? Oh God, dude, it's playing in my head like a vivid movie. Okay, and it's something like this chair, another computer wala chair which rotates. So he was sitting and he was studying. And I came, I was like, hi, what's up? And he's like, hey, la la la. We sit and it's a regular afternoon, y'all. It's not even a date night. It's not even that I'm dressed for a drive. Nothing. It's a regular lunchtime, 12 o'clock college time. Sun is shining bright, nothing romantic about it. No setting at all. I came and I sat on his lap. This time we had become comfortable with each other, and I was also comfortable with him now. Apart from the kissing bit, I was just like, we used to hold hands and like hug each other, whatever, normal stuff. God knows what went through me that day. Kuch to hua us din. I think he was looking extra delicious, or I don't know what. But I was just like, I think I should just do it. And I think I kissed him. I just went for it, dude. I was about to leave for college. Let me like paint a picture. I was about to leave for college and I was like, okay, bye and stuff. And I'm like, must just do it. Like something in my mind was just like, now's the time. It felt right. I don't know. You know the moment when it feels right. So I was sitting on the chair. So obviously his head was here, right? So I'm on his lap, to thoda upar. And he's here. So my face is like this to him. Correct. And I'm like, I went for it. I didn't know how to kiss, of course, because you never know on your first time how to kiss. But I'm like, I just kiss him. And yeah, he kisses me back, of course, because he'd been wanting to do this since he met me, or since 4 months, I think. But it was just very fast. Like my head was in a rush, dude. I don't know. Rush, adrenaline. My heart was thumping like it was going to fall out of my body. And I kissed him and I don't remember the moment. It was like so quick and I was like, I had to leave for college. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, okay, bye. I'll see you. Oh man, when I tell you on the way down to the bus, I'm like, I don't even want to go to college. Like F college. I just want to be with him so badly. That day I was like, fudge, dude. Like I'm in love with this guy. Like I don't know anything else, whether he's my brother's friend, whether it's wrong to do this. I don't know if your first kiss does that to you, because these days people just make out with random strangers, no judgment, but you can't fall in love with everyone. But that kiss was something, dude. I just like felt this instant connection with him, and I'm just like, I don't know what he feels for me, but I am like, I'm head over heels now. Now it's done. That's when I started roping him in, Akhil. So anyway, yeah, dude, it was really, really romantic in a weird way, you know. It was not your quintessential date night goodbye kiss. It was not like a date kiss. It was just something that happened in the spur of the moment. It was not an awkward kiss. I did not know how to kiss, but he was a good kisser. So like, it was good. I really loved it. I didn't care about it being a good kiss or bad kiss. The fact that my lips are on his lips were a lot, because girl, like that's the first boy I ever kissed in my life, okay? And you can imagine that. I go down, I rush down, and then I'm like, oh my God, I take a rickshaw because I ain't getting in a bus now. I can't think straight, okay? I could not think straight. I sat in a rickshaw, I remember, and I was like texting him, saying something about something else. I don't know. I think he wanted to act all cool, like it didn't matter or whatever. So he just like texted about something else, like, hey, this thing won some cricket match. I don't know. Okay, guys, I dug into my memory drawer and guess what I found? My journal from back in the day. From when I was dating Akhil. I used to write a lot. Okay, do you want to see when my first kiss happened? This entire story that I just told you happened on a specific day. And I'm going to reveal that day to you. It says the most important days in my life. 17th March. And what is on 17th March? My wedding anniversary. I married Akhil on the day I kissed him for the first time. And that's why this date is so special to the both of us, because we realized that we wanted to be exclusive for each other. That's why it's celebrated as our anniversary. From that day, we just kept our anniversary going on 17 March. Nobody knew why. My very first date, 13th May 2010, Thursday. 2010? Damn. I didn't write the year on 17 March. The very first day that Akhil said I love you to me was 15th May 2010. Oh, 2 days later, after the first date. 12:20 a.m. I remember this phone call. I've had some really difficult times with Akhil. Like, it began all beautiful, but it was very complicated because both of us were super young and we were growing up. And that, I think, I'm going to say in part 2 of the story time. This is where I will discuss like relationship problems and how we ended up growing together and the challenges we faced as a couple, and like there's so many things that led to who we are today. It was not a simple bed of roses. It was not something that, ended up just being like a romance of 10 years. So we definitely had challenges. That's how we are married today, because no relationship is without its challenges. Okay. And I think I'm going to end on a good note and then come back the next time and talk to you about all the messy parts of my relationship, because it did have messy bits. Oh my. Oh my god. Yes. Okay. This is the 14th Feb, Valentine's Day, 2011. Okay. This, I think, was then 1 year into dating or something like that, I think. I don't know. I remember. He took me to Alibag. This day I remember. He took me to Alibag on the jet, like, boat. There's 2 tickets right here. For Valentine's Day, he took me to Alibag. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me and just being with me on my journey. I can't believe I'm telling this to you now after so long, but I guess it keeps the excitement alive. So yeah, thank you so much. I love you a lot, and I will definitely see you in my next video. Bye.
She left her home to find where she belongs. Her mother's scared to leave her all alone. But she got time, and she knows what to figure out. This ain't in a dream, a place where it seems that love will come around. So don't stay, you'll regret it all too much. Just wait, I will find you.